More breaking news this hour. In Texas, the Supreme Court there, they have just overturned a lower court ruling that would have allowed a Dallas woman to get an abortion because of medical concerns. The ruling came down just a few hours after lawyers for 31-year-old Kate Cox announced she was going to leave the state to terminate her non-viable pregnancy. Cox sought an abortion when she learned the fetus she's carrying has a rare disorder and will likely not survive, and carrying it to full term could also prevent her from having another child. Maura, let's start with the legal twists and turns when it comes to this case. What is going on right now with Cox in particular in the state of Texas?
Well, Ellison, there have been changes literally every day when it comes to Cox's pregnancy. You'll remember it was big news when she was granted an exemption on Thursday to be able to have that abortion in Texas, and then turn around come Friday, the Attorney General issued an emergency stay, which meant that everything that was in motion for her to get that abortion was all of a sudden halted. And so that's why her attorneys came out today saying that she's going to have to leave the state and go across state lines from her where she lives to go and get this abortion. Her attorneys released a statement reading, "While we still hope that the court ultimately rejects the state's request and does so quickly, in this case we fear that justice delayed will be justice denied." We are talking about urgent medical care. Kate is already 20 weeks pregnant. This is why people should not need to beg for health care in a court of law. And now, at the end of the week last week, after the news that there was the exemption, Kate did an interview with NBC News saying that she thought that being forced to carry out her pregnancy and deal with all of the complications was, quote, cruel. She really just wanted to get through this and heal, and she really wants to try for another baby, Ellison.
So, Maura, talk to us about what this means in the context of the rest of the United States. Texas is not the only state that has dramatically and severely limited access to abortion since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. What does this mean for other states, say Georgia, where they have similar, very restrictive abortion laws?
Right. There are a handful of states that have these medical exemptions, as they'll call it. But again, like you said, very narrow and very hard to get those exemptions. And so those states could be looking at Texas as a way to set a precedent, a way to maybe circumvent that exception for other people that might be challenging their near total abortion ban as well. And so I think that's something we might continue to see. But these lawsuits, this court action over abortion access is something that we're starting to see more and more of. Just this week as well, a woman in Kentucky filed a lawsuit in conjunction with Planned Parenthood saying that she doesn't want the government dictating what she can do with her body. She's 8 weeks pregnant and wishes to have an abortion and is pushing back against Kentucky's near total ban as well. And so I've been covering the abortion issue since before Roe v. Wade was overturned, and the flurry of legal action and pushback that we've seen in states in recent months as we're coming up on that 2024 election where abortion is going to be a key issue, I think, is really telling as states continue to push back, continue to try to limit access for people seeking abortions, even though public opinion, the majority of Americans, support the right to an abortion.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.